iron in their soul.
What's up, YouTube? This is Iron and Soul, back today with another very important message. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my content. Also, in addition to this, please feel free to follow me over on Instagram at TheKingJabez. It will be greatly appreciated. Let's do some work today. Let's talk about just the spiritual wars going on right now and how devils are divided. Satan can't cast out Satan. Devils are divided right now. And I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not, but as you watch the news and media, which is, by the way, all designed to program the mind, through music, through movies, and through media, through the news, through CNN, Fox News, R&B music, rap music, pop music, movies, the culture, video games. It's all designed to be a level of mind control, to control the way you think and to control the narrative. And even as you guys reflect back and think about your time just even growing up in high school, we were not really taught to be free thinkers. We were taught to basically follow a system, to go to school for years and to learn a lot of information that's really going to do you no good in real life. Really teach you nothing about finance and how to invest, how to build a business, how to pay bills, how to run a home, how to be a leader, how to have a good relationship with a woman. All of the very important things about life that a lot of people learn online through TikTok, through YouTube videos, through Instagram, through Twitter. And so there are a lot of people right now who are really just waking up and realizing they've been lied to. And so there is a shift in the spirit world, and there is an awakening, that is happening right before our eyes. A lot of people are waking up and making a decision to find out their true identity, hence Kyrie Irving, and trying to figure out, who am I really before the Most High God? And then you have those who, want to continue in their ways and to go deeper into witchcraft, to go deeper into voodoo, to go deeper into an accursed life that is contrary to the wills and ways of the Most High God. For example, the FBI arrested 17 Jewish rabbis over in New Jersey, and they are accused of human trafficking, selling organs, baby parts, and just laundering money and all types of evil things that were hidden for years. And so often the black male becomes the scapegoat and becomes the puppet, I guess you can say, or the person who is used as a buffer to hide the evil of so many men in the earth. I'm gonna say it one more time. The black man is often used as the scapegoat for so much evil in the world. We see the same thing happening even in hip hop world. There's a clear elevation of female artists such as Glorilla, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, and there is a demotion, even though it's subtle and not so subtle in some cases, of a lot of male rappers. Whether that be their music not being pushed, such as DaBaby, and you know what's going on with him. That's all about design, by the way. You cannot convince me that Gorilla's a better rapper than DaBaby. I mean, come on, you know what time it is out here. And even with the Black Panther movie, we talked about that recently, how, it was very clear the hero became the queen, right? And that's what's happening so clearly in the African-American community. The women are being elevated and the men are being humiliated, imprisoned, treated like slaves, locked up, pushed to the side. And the problem with that is that, and speaking of this awakening, this has left a number of women vulnerable to poverty, to losing their apartments, losing their homes. They don't have the resources necessary to make it in these last days. And so what's happening right now, you're going to see this shift, by the way, in the next year or two. There's going to be an army of women who are going to raise up and realize, you know what? We have been lied to. We do need our men. I do need a husband. I do need a boyfriend. This is not the truth. And so I did a video on TikTok recently discussing the need for protection for women after watching the story online of the young woman who lost her life in Mexico with so-called friends. And I talked about how women need to get a husband. They need protection. They need that financial stability and help. And it got over 100,000 views and thousands of comments, close to 500 to 1,000 women followed my account from that. And so that tells me from firsthand experience with that 3-minute story or 3-minute TikTok that a lot of women are waking up. There's a shift. And at the same time, there's a lot of women who don't want to hear that, who want to continue in their I don't need a man theology. They want to continue and go deeper into lesbianism and everything else to avoid dealing with the black man. And so there is a clear war amongst the devils. In other words, the spiritual warfare has gotten so bad amongst the demons that they themselves are not fighting. There's a lot of infighting. There are those who are with Kanye. There are those who are not with Kanye. There are those who want to support him. A number of men supported him at his recent game when he first played again. And then there are those who want to continue to criticize and to demonize, such as Charles Barkley. And people like him who continue to be the raceless black man, okay, who continue to feed a narrative that is always adversarial and belittling the very race he comes from. And to me, that is a sign of being a coward. And it's something that we see so often in our society, where it's easier to join the side of the oppressor as opposed to stand with your own people. It is easier for a lot of us to join the side of the oppressor and to dodge the bullets that come with being a proud black man, as opposed to joining the side of the oppressor and embracing white supremacy with the black face. And as I said before, I'll say it again, and I know some of you don't like this. That's okay. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to be candid and honest and say what I believe. And I'm going to say it again. I've said this before. I believe that white supremacy often works best with a black face. You can use a black woman, a black man, to push a white supremacist agenda, and it works, unfortunately, in many cases. Let's talk for a minute as we talk about the war amongst devils. You can't talk about a war amongst devils without talking about the angelic beings. There is a real spiritual war going on right now where God's angels are stepping in and defending the people of God. There's an awakening. There's a harvesting of souls in these last days. The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. And so God has his men and women who are in position right now to be a part of this worldwide awakening, and those coming back into a knowledge of the truth and following the Most High God. And of course, the angels are a part of that. Who are the angels? The word angel itself means messenger. You think about the angel Michael. Michael is a warring angel, or the archangel. And then you have Gabriel, who is an angel who gives messages. And so there are thousands upon thousands of angelic beings based on Psalm 68, verse 17, as well as 1 Kings 22, verse 19. Those verses refer to an army of angelic beings. Angels, like humans, have personality. Let's be clear on that. When we talk about angels and demons, we're not talking about just these spiritual beings that are like cartoon images you see in a movie, right? These are real spirit beings that have personality. What is personality? Intellect, emotion, will, the power of self-consciousness and self-determination. This is the ability that angels have. They have the ability to look into what is happening in the earth right now based on 1 Peter 1 and verse 12. As I mentioned, you have the angel Gabriel. His name means mighty one of God or hero of God. And then you have Michael. Michael is an angel who is probably most familiar to most people. He is the archangel, and his name means who is like God. And that is a good way of articulating who the Most High is. There is no one in this earth, no person, no being, no angel, no demon that is like the Most High God. And then you have two divisions of angels. You have cherubim, and then you have seraphim. You have the cherubim, and then you have the seraphim. The cherubim are the defending angels. These are the ones who protect and are in a position of defense. And these were the angels who were placed around the tree in the Garden of Eden, an ancient garden, to protect Adam and Eve from eating from that fruit. And so you have the cherubim, or the protecting or guardian angels, and then you have the seraphim. The word seraphim itself means burning ones, or burning, and this reference is found in Isaiah 6, 2-6, and is referring to a burning devotion and worship of the Most High God. In other words, this special class of angels literally worship God day and night, and that's a very powerful thing. And so as humans, there should be some time in our life when we are worshiping God, right, through singing, through prayer, through reflection, through meditation. And then there should be some time when we are defending God through talks like this. Right now, this is an example of me defending God. I'm speaking up for the Most High God. That's right. I understand. I'm speaking up for the Most High. When you defend God, when you speak up for him, when you stand in the gap and take those hits that come with being a child of the Most High God. You have to understand that angels are not just there to be nice guys. Angels have a job at times to execute God's judgment. That needs to be understood. According to Psalm 78, verse 49, there is something referred to as the destroying angels. Yes, sir. There are times when God uses angels to bring judgment. So some of these deaths we see, come on, I know you don't want to hear this. Some of these deaths, some of these tragedies and shootings, I'm not saying that they're justified, okay? And I'm not talking about one particular story. I'm talking about what's happening worldwide. All of this death and murder and violence, it many times is a direct judgment of the Most High God. And that doesn't mean that the person that does it is a good human. I'm not saying that. But all of this sin and evil in the world is manifesting more and more day by day. It automatically brings the judgment or activates the judgment of God. Let me say that again for those in the back. All of the evil in the world right now, it automatically activates the judgment of God. Here's what I mean by that. In the days of Noah, we are right now living in the days of Noah. You say, Iron and Soul, what do you mean by that? I'm glad you asked me, sir. We are living in the days of Noah. In the days of Noah before the flood, what was happening? There was an increase in violence and an increase in sexual sin. The sons of God were going into the daughters of men. That's a very deep subject, and I don't want to get into that. That verse has probably 4 or 5 different interpretations of those who believe it differently, so I won't dive into that. That's a separate subject all in itself. But the bottom line is this: there was some gross sexual sin going on in the days of Noah, and there was also an increase in violence and murder. And so the increase in violence and the increase in sexual sin, what did it bring? It brought the flood. Hello. And right now in this world, we're being flooded. Flooded with STDs, bloop. Flooded with financial problems, flooded with relationship problems, flooded with spiritual problems, flooded with worldwide leadership problems. There are wars going on right now. Look at what's happening in the earth right now, guys. There are wars. There are sexual problems. STDs are being spread. People are losing their lives. Folks are out here committing suicide. It is bad out here. You can live in a fantasy world all you want to, my boy. I don't live in a fantasy world. Somebody comment and put the comment right now and say, Iron and Soul does not live in fantasy. Iron and the Soul does not live in a fantasy world. That's why I don't have a big following on YouTube. Because I'm saying something a lot of people don't want to hear. This world right now is toe up. Toe up. Not toe up. Toe up. Messed up. And in the midst of all that, this is why I say all that, in the midst of all that destruction and death and decay, you and I, sir, can be lights for the Most High. That's my purpose in saying that. In the midst of all that confusion and death and destruction, people are scattering, looking for answers. That's why people are online every day, watching videos, listening to content. Why? They're looking for solutions. It's bad out here. How do I make it? How do I survive? How do I have a good relationship? How do I increase my finances? How do I get along with my husband? How do I get along with my wife? These are the questions people have right now. And the Most High God is raising up men of God as well as women of God who can be in position to help those who have a need for divine guidance. Yes, sir. A need for divine guidance. Because as I say, these devils right now are divided. Satan cannot cast out Satan. They're causing all type of havoc in the earth. They're fighting with each other. One devil says one thing, and another devil says something else. This devil says this is okay, and that devil says, no, that's not okay. You see what I'm saying? It's a spirit of confusion. So not only do angels bring judgment, but they also, of course, protect the people of God. They are ministering spirits, according to Hebrews 1, who are sent forth to help those who are heirs of salvation. And there are people right now who are children of God who don't know they are. And they're finding out that there's something special about me. They're waking up. Why do you think so many people right now are trying to discover if they're Hebrews or not? That's not a mistake. The Lord is at work. The truth is coming out, brothers. And we have the angels on our side helping us. The angels are giving messages from God, guiding and instructing God's people. Sometimes they are delivering us from death and danger. They are protecting us, giving us strength and encouragement. The angels of God have many assignments that are geared towards helping people like you and me. So you and I have really no idea how many times God has used an angel to help us. And for that, we need to be grateful. We need to understand that God does dispatch, okay, or release angels to help his people. So guys, the bottom line to this message today is this. I'm going to summarize it by saying this. The Most High God is working, raising up an army, sending angels to help, waking people up. And while God's doing that, the devils are divided, scattered, wreaking havoc, confusing the minds of people, oppressing people, hurting folks. And so the devil and demons are out here busy. And while they're busy and confusing people and confuse themselves, to be honest, which shows me that God's doing something that they're not aware of. The reason they're so divided, I'll give you an insight here, is because God is about to do something that they can't do anything about. And so they're nervous. And so when devils get nervous, they start, infighting, right? There's confusion. They don't know what to do. Think about a team. When a team starts fighting each other, what does that mean? That means the opposite team is winning, right? I remember playing basketball, and there was one game where we were losing by about 15, 20 points. We were getting blown out. And when that happens, what happens? You start arguing with your teammates, right? And once you do that, the other team starts laughing and clapping. Why? Because they know they got you. And that's what's happening right now in the spirit realm. God is about to do something. I'm telling you this right now. He's about to do something the next year or two. It's going to shake some things up. And these demons are getting nervous. And when they get nervous, they start fighting each other, double talk. There's a lot of sabotage, confusion coming out. Why is that? Because there is a spiritual shift right now in the earth, and God is on the throne. So I want to give you that word of wisdom on this on this Monday. Feels like a Sunday, but on this Monday, I want to give you that word of wisdom. You guys stay strong, trust in the Most High, and just be strong as iron. This is your brother Iron and Soul. Take care. God bless. Peace.